What? Jesus will save you? No, Jesus couldn't save himself. He was hung on some cross like a fish. Gets hung. How could he couldn't save himself? How is he going to save anybody? Torah says that believing in Jesus, the New Testament, is a form of idol worship. Why? Because the New Testament is a man-made false document that divides God into three, that says that God became a human being. So the whole concept of Jesus is a form of idolatry. And the more a person learns actual Torah, the more they'll realize that believing in Jesus and being righteous with Hashem is impossible. Is impossible, because the Torah itself talks about how God is not a man that would change his mind. He has no body, or the likeness of the body. And all types of he is one, and all types of things that are contradict the foundation of the New Testament. So it's not possible to be righteous with God, the God of the Torah, the God of Am Yisrael, and believe in the New Testament. Now, as far as the needing somebody to save you, you don't need anybody to save you. Your actions are going to determine whether you're righteous with God or not. And God specifically has told us in the Torah multiple times that you do not need a middleman to serve Him. You serve Him by following the mitzvot and the Torah. The rabbis, the sages, they're not middlemen. They're simply interpreting to you what God said, because they dedicated their life to learning the Torah, and therefore they understand the Torah much more than you do. Just like if you go and get an X-ray, and you for parts of your body, although you have eyes, although you have a brain, if you look at the X-ray without the expertise of a radiologist, you are not going to know what you're looking at. You're going to look at a picture and you're going to think it's your head, but in reality, it could be your finger. It could be your toe. It could be some completely different body part. It could be a tooth, because you're not a radiologist. You have no concept of how to read, the X-ray. And the same thing with all types of other medicine. Unless you have the expertise in the field, you cannot expect yourself to have similar understanding of what you're looking at. And the same thing with the Torah. People that come into the world of Torah, over a couple of years, yet expect themselves to have information that's superior to Torah scholars that have dedicated decades upon decades of their life to the Torah, is simply stupid, arrogant, and just simply crazy. But unfortunately, it happens. So, if a person understands that the Torah specifically tells us that in order for us to serve God, we have to follow the Torah, there is no other way, that person will never even look at the New Testament. But unfortunately, most people that believe in the New Testament are not knowledgeable about the Torah. They call the Torah the Old Testament as if it's old and not relevant anymore. And generally speaking, they don't really know what it says. Aside from a few pointers here and there that they heard somebody say. But if you actually read the Torah, with the commentary of the sages, of the Jewish sages, you'll see that literally within the first several pages, you will realize that Christianity is false. Several pages after that, you'll realize that it's not only false, it is literally an intentional, man-made lie in order to manipulate people. And the more you learn Torah, the more you'll realize that there is no other truth other than the Torah. I have several lectures about the topic. You could also go to my website, be'ezrat-hashem.org. There's a section about it as well, of showing the different falsehoods about the New Testament. And you could see how you could go in the righteous path, but that means you also have to abandon the falsehood first. What is the most important